Hello, in this video I want us to talk about the Hermite polynomials. Hermite polynomials. Under this we want to specifically look at the Rodriguez, whereby we know that HNX, in fact this is the physicist polynomial, and under that we are talking about the Rodriguez. No, the spellings better is just like that. Okay, so this equals to -1 raised to power n exponential x squared dn dxn e negative x n negative x raised to power 2, that is squared. So we want to find the values of the solutions when n is equals to 0 up to around n is equals to 4 or 5 there. I'm not so sure whether we reach there, but let's work it out. So n is equals to 0. The only thing you do, you just substitute n with that value. We have it as -1, so that is h0 x is equals to -1 raised to power 0 times e x squared d0 dx0 of e negative x squared. And you know that whenever you have the derivative to 0, that one, it will give you the same answer because it's the same as 1. So this gives us n number raised to 0 is 1 times e x squared times the derivative to 0 will give you the same function, which is e negative x squared. So from the high school stuff, am times an, the powers, you will add the powers, am plus n. So we'll have this as e x squared times e negative x squared is the same as e x squared minus, that is plus minus, so minus x squared, which is e raised to power 0. So e raised to power 0, n number raised to power 0 is 1, telling us that 1 times 1 is 1. So the h of x, the solution is 1. Okay, so let's go to the next one. N, that is b, n is equals to 1. We know that h1x is the same as -1 raised to power 1 e x squared d1 dx raised to power 1 of e negative x squared. You know that any number raised to power 1 is the same number, so that is -1 times e x n x squared, sorry, x squared times the derivative of this, which is, you know that the derivative, that is dx of x raised to power n is the same as n x n minus 1. So you bring this one over here, you multiply it with that number, and then minus 1 from the n, from the power there, so it will be n x n minus 1. This gives us, so how are we supposed to work e negative x squared out? You bring this one here, so becomes negative 2x exponential negative x squared, so times negative 2x e negative x squared. Negative times a negative gives you a positive, so we have 2, this is 2x exponential x squared times e negative x squared which gives us 1. Our answer here will be 2x. So our h1x is 2x. Let's try C. So remember that the d1 dx1 of e negative x squared is negative 2x e negative x squared. So we continue from there. C, when n is equals to 2, then h2x is the same as negative 1, n is 2, so that is 2 times x squared d2 dx2 of e negative x squared. But you know that d squared dx squared is the same as d dx of d dx, of d dx. So we have a value there, meaning that if you want the d squared dx2 of e negative x squared, we'll have it as the d dx of d dx of e negative x squared, which we know which is over there, which is the same as d dx of negative 2x e negative x squared, which is what we got there, which is d1 dx1, which is d1 dx1. Okay, so we continue. Negative 1 squared will give us 1 times e x squared times the whole of this. We find the derivative of this now, times the d dx of negative 2x exponential negative x squared. So we need to find the derivative of this. Let me use a different color here. So as you can see, we have negative 2x multiplied by e negative x squared. So we use the product rule. You know that u dv plus v du will give us that. So what's our u? Our u is negative 2x, so our du is negative 2. Our v is e negative x squared, meaning that our dv is negative 2x e negative x squared. We can replace that one over here. So u, we have u, okay, v du there, and the others. So we have negative 2x times negative 2x e negative x squared plus v. The v is exponential negative x squared times times just some more times du, which is negative 2. So let's say bring it over here, we substitute over here. So it will be e x squared times, we have the bracket, negative 2 times negative 2, that is 4, positive 4x squared, because we have an x here times this x, exponential negative x squared plus we have negative 2, so meaning that this will be negative. We have negative, so that is negative 2 times e negative x squared, like that. We can factorize out this, we can bring it out of the outside the bracket. So we have e x squared times e negative x squared, and inside the bracket we have 4x squared minus 2. This will give you 1. That one tells us that our answer h2x, the solution of this, will be 4x squared minus 2. And you must remember this one will be so important. We're going to use it because this is our d2 dx2. Okay. So let's go to the that is, I think, should be d c. Let's say we are at d, I can't remember, or where n is equals to 3. So h3x will be negative 1 raised to the power 3 e x squared d3 over d x3 of e negative x squared. Remember, d3 over dx cubed of e negative x squared is the same as d dx of d raised to power 2 over dx2 of ex, e negative x squared, which we have over here. Yes, so our d3 dx3 will be d dx of the value 4x squared e negative x squared minus 2e negative x squared. Okay, so let's continue from there. Some more space, we need more space here. Okay, good. So negative 1 cubed will give you negative 1 times e x squared times the d dx of 4x squared e negative x squared minus 2 e negative x squared. Then we find this first. Let's find it over here. So the derivative of, so here we find the derivatives of the first one is 4x squared times e negative x squared. We use the product rule, remember that. We leave this one to be constant, so that is 4x squared times the derivative of this, which is negative 2x e negative x squared, plus we leave this constant e negative x squared times the derivative of this, which is 8x. This will give us 4 times negative 2. This one gives us negative 8x cubed, x squared times x, e negative x squared plus e, plus we have 8x e negative x squared, and we can find the derivative of this, which is negative 2 e negative x squared, which is this 2 times x, so this one is a constant, negative 2 into, and the derivative of this will be negative 2x e negative x squared. Okay, so let's have them over here. That is negative 1 times e x squared times, you can have everything in the bracket, negative 8x cubed e negative x squared plus 8, we are here 8x e negative x squared here. So here this times this, negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4, plus 4e negative x squared, so plus 4e 4x, there's x there, there's x here, so we must have the x included. E negative x squared. We can factor out these, so we have negative 1 times e x squared times e negative x squared. We have negative 8x cubed plus 8x plus 4x, which gives us, this gives us 1, negative 1 into negative 8x cubed plus 12x. We open the bracket using the negative, so our solution, okay, we have our solution h 3x will be negative times negative is positive, that is 8x cubed, and then we have negative times a positive to give you negative 12x. Yeah, so we can continue. Okay, let's continue to E. So E, yeah, let's use black. Yeah, right, let's use white. So our E here, we are talking about n is equals to, it's not beautiful, so let's use black. So n is equals to 4. N is equals to 4. So our h for x will be negative 1 raised to the power 4 e x squared d4 dx4 of e negative x squared. And you know that here we are going to have the dx of our previous function. So let's go up there, we look for it. I believe it's here. Yeah, that is it, which is negative 8x cubed e negative x squared plus 8x e negative x squared plus 4x e negative x squared. Okay, so where are we? We are here. Because this power is even, so the negative will go away. We have 1 times e x squared times d dx of a negative 8x cubed e negative x squared plus 8x e negative x squared plus 4x e negative x squared. So let's work them over here. The first one, we find the derivatives. We have the first term, that is negative 8x cubed e negative x squared. So remember, we use the product rule. This we can have it remain constant, negative 8x cubed, and then we find the derivative of the second one, which is negative 2x e negative x squared plus, let this one be constant, e negative x squared times the derivative of this, 3 times 8 is 24, negative, that is negative 24x squared, because you multiply by 3 here and then you subtract 1 from the power. So negative times negative positive, this gives us positive 16. So 16 x times x cubed, x raised to the power 4 e negative x squared plus is it a plus or a minus there? Because we had a minus here, so this will be having a minus, so that one I believe we should be a minus, not a plus. so that is minus 24x squared, 24x squared. So we have the e negative x squared there. Okay, so the next term we have is this, which is 8x e negative x squared. So this let it be constant. We have 8x times negative 2x e negative x squared plus e negative x squared, that's constant, times 8. So we have this as 16, negative 16, negative 16 x squared e negative x squared plus 8 e negative x squared. And we have the third term here. Let me use red for this. This is 4x e negative x squared. So we have this one, let it be constant, 4x times the derivative of this, which is negative 2x into e negative x squared plus, let this one be constant, e negative x squared times the derivative of this, which is 4. Yes, because we multiply, this is power 1 multiplied by 1 here, so 4 times 1 is 4x. So 1 minus 1 is 0, so x raised to power 0 is 1. We don't have to write the 1 here. Okay, so we have it as negative 4x squared e negative x plus 4 e negative x squared. So we replace them over here so that we can see what we can get. That is ex, this one, squared times the bracket. We can start with this. That is 16x raised to power 4 e negative x squared minus 24x squared e negative x squared. Then we add this one, which is now minus 16x squared e negative x squared plus 8e negative x squared minus, we're coming here, 4x squared e negative x squared plus 4e negative x squared, like that. Okay, we can remove all e raised to power this, e raised to power negative x squared, this, we can remove this, we can remove this. So we have it outside here, ex squared times e negative x squared. So we have 16x raised to power 4 minus 24x squared minus 16x squared plus 8 minus 4x squared plus 4. Collect the like terms together, which will give us, that is, we have, but I think we had, no, we don't have keep there. That is negative 24 minus 16 minus 4, negative 24 minus 16 minus 4. Yeah. Okay, I've seen a little problem here. So let's see. Let's see this. So look at this. So we have 4 times 2 to give us negative 8x squared. So this is negative 8 x squared. That's a mistake I had done there, but at least we are together now. Okay, so this gives us 1. So we have this to be 16x raised to the power 4 minus 24x squared minus 16x squared minus 8x squared will give us negative 48x squared. Then we have 8 plus 4 to give us plus 12. So our h for x should be this one. Okay, we can do the last one, but I think that at least we've done a lot. This is the only thing you're supposed to do over and over again. So let's stop here. Let us stop here, so you can go ahead and try a lot. And in case you feel like there's something that we need to add up here, make sure you can contact me. My number is 070722359797. So we have done up to n is equals to 4, whereby we found that the solution will be 16x raised to the power 4 minus 48x raised to the power 2 plus 12. Yeah, I know in our assignments we are told to go up to n is equals to 7, but that one is a long way. Have a nice time.